let's talk about a couple events, trends, personalities, lectures, talks, videos, uploads, comments, news stories, highlights. What's one that you want to share? And what we're going to do is, as the show goes along, we're going to create a list because we got Abu up next. So let's share a couple, man. What do you got?
Well, the one thing that I know that I covered, that still kind of stands out to me was like that whole KC brawl, that happened between IUIC and ISUPK. And one of the things that I didn't know was that these guys been clashing for a while. I mean, like I was watching videos, where these guys were all up in each other's face in Memphis or something like that. So, to be honest, I knew that they were not as unified as a lot of people expected them to be, but I didn't know that it was to a point to where these guys was all up in each other's face and that they would actually brawl. And then you actually had the one guy who considered himself an Israelite, and I think this was maybe like a few weeks after the whole KC brawl. The guy was in Kansas City, and I think he was doing a live stream. He was like at a convenience store where one of the IUIC guys got shot. So they were outside, they were, preaching, and then somebody just drove by and, lit off a couple of shots, and one of the guys got hit allegedly. So then there was some rumblings that, allegedly ISUPK may have been behind that. But according to the video that the guy was doing, he was basically saying that he had talked to these guys on a few occasions, telling them that they need to tone it down. Somebody's going to come by and, harm one of these guys. And, unfortunately that guy, he got shot, but from my understanding, he still survived. So, thank God for that. But
yeah, because he talked to the one deacon on Friday Night Raw. I think IUIC calls it ASAF. That's it. And he was all right. And yeah, the speculation still abounds because of the timeline where you had the incident, first of all. Then you had this footage that I showed on this program of security footage provided by IUIC, and they did a video on this as well, when the guy says, "Dim hearts are full of murder." You had that, and that was what? It was ISUPK driving around real slow around the IUIC premises with a car full of guys, and they showed the video. And then he says, and he was kind of joking. He's like, "Don't you know, you guys say we're the police? Well, we found out everything from the plates. We found out who rented the vehicle." And I was like, wait, if they really rented a vehicle, and if that's kind of, but nothing happened then. But then a couple weeks after that, you get this report of this guy gets shot. And the people at the convenience store said, they were talking and something happened. They were all speculating. IUIC explained what happened later, and if their accounts to be trusted, and I think in this instance it made sense to trust him. What he said was this, Alton. He was saying, no, it was someone who waited to the very end of when camp was. They waited till the brothers' arms were full after everybody had gone. Well, that sounds like somebody waiting and then going and getting somebody when they knew the cameras would be off and when they're engaged and there was no other people around.
Like it was coordinated, yeah.
That's what it's. Now they still haven't found who did it, because I did a little follow up. So the KC brawl was it's got to be top 10 of events in Hebrew Israelism in 2023, no doubt about that.
Yeah, and what's crazy is that, and that's when I was traveling back and forth from Atlanta to Kansas City for work, heavy. And actually, when the KC brawl happened, I had just left Kansas City, and so I had just left I think it was like that Thursday evening.
So what? You telling us you hit and run? So you're not part of it. I'm just kidding.
What I gotta say is that deniable plausibility, man. So yes. No comment. I'm plead the fifth. Now I was just playing, but no, I had nothing to do with that because I don't want nobody running around. Ultimately, I've had something to do with it. Him and that devil Vocab.
Hey, let me be like a Vlad. So would you say there's any crimes that you committed in 23? Maybe you could admit to us here live on the show. That'd be great for views if you could go ahead and admit to some crimes.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, man. I don't want to Not trying to incriminate myself, because people will take stuff like this and they'll run
Oh yeah.
all the way up the hill with it. But yeah, I actually but yeah, I was there back and forth to Kansas City, and I'm kind of familiar with those areas. Not too much. I don't really hang out there, but in passing, I have drove past that area.
31st and Prospect, where the library is. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people don't listen. It goes down in Kansas City. I'm gonna tell you like that. In Columbus, Ohio, as well. I mean, it goes down there too. So some of these areas I'm in, and I'm familiar with some of these areas. So
I've been to both places, grew up in one, and what you're saying is true. All right, let's see if you could share another one if you have. But I am going to bring on some more of the guests. We got Abu, we got Jim Green as well. So let me switch screens. I did my best to have this all set up in advance, so I'm hoping that it does. So now we're going to bring in Jim on screen, and we'll have Abu with the voice. All right. Jim Green, just give me 1 second, and you will be able to be seen and be heard. And boom, there you go. Jim Green, welcome to Street Apologists Live. How you doing?
What's happening? How's everybody doing, man?
So you hear our first entry? Our first entry was the KC Brawl, as you might have expected, as we review the Hebrew Israelite religion in 2023. If you could contribute one, and then I'm going to see what Abu's is, and then I might come back to everybody round robin style, depending on who shows up for the panel. But I'm glad you're here. But what do you want to bring to the table, Jim, today?
I mean, we are watching. You know what I'm saying? We are watching the same movie, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I like to say so. But I would have to agree. The brawl was off the chain, man. It was really off the chain. And if you've seen some of the side videos that came out that was outside of the actual brawl, it even brought more quote unquote scandal to it. I don't know if you guys got to see the one where they standing toe to toe, like talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a pre-fight situation, and cussing each other out, basically.
That's the one in Memphis.
Oh, that's Memphis. Oh, that's a different one, right?
Yeah, that was a Memphis.
Yeah, I uploaded that one on the channel, and I tried to beep out or cut out every curse word because it was just so insane. Yeah. And I said, why did I take this job on? Because I was slicing and dicing. I said, how many people are going to watch this video? Why am I going to this trouble? But I've been trying to work on editing videos with these. It's hard, to take out all this craziness because they were just nonstop with the language.
Right,
man.
Right. And it was shocking to me from a standpoint of this group that wants to sell the idea that they are the true sons of God. They're the true representatives of God, and then they have this kind of behavior. You know what I mean? And it's not so much it's the behavior, but also the language. But they try to give themselves a license to even do that. There's some couple scriptures that they use that where they try to justify. One of the scripture where it says, "I come with what is
rude speech."
Rude speech.
Rude speech. Paul came with rude speech. Therefore, we can curse out ISUPK.
Bro, come on, man.
Okay, now I'm glad to have you both on here. Before I get Abu, where he's going to be audio only. Abu, just get ready there. Jim, can you tell people how to find you and whatnot? Because I want to make sure everyone knows how to follow everyone on today's panel. Everyone I invited wasn't able to do it, but I do want the audience to understand the people I specifically invited, I feel like, are some of the closest observers and watchers of Hebrew Israelism over the past year. There's probably some people I left out that I forgot to invite that I should have invited. I apologize. If that's you, just hit me up. You probably got my stuff, and I can bring you on because we got a couple more slots left. But Jim, how do people find your content as well?
Well, two primary places. The one place is Facebook. I do a lot of work on Facebook. You can find me on facebook.com/JLGreen. And also, of course, on YouTube, In Context with Jim Green. That's the name of my channel. doing something on either one of those two places. So.
Okay, excellent. Okay, wait, Abu. Oh, okay, Abu's still there. All right, Abu. Let's hear from you as well. I think I'm bringing you out of the green room, hopefully here. And
yes, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Abu, so let's start off. I know you might even want to show some pictures. I don't know if you have ones without pictures too. That's fine as well. But talk to us what you saw in 2023 of things that you think are most notable within Hebrew Israelism. And you're a long-time observer, longer than any one of us, going back to, well, I don't even know if you want to say the year, but going back to for a while.
Oh, long time, yeah. I mean, I would, even though I've been sort of peripherally aware of One Westers since the 90s, I would say I've been attempting to dialogue with them since 2005. So that's what, 17, 18 years now. Yeah, it's crazy. But
it is crazy, bro.
And it's funny. So the thing I'm going to mention for 2023 that I'd like to mention sort of is interesting against the backdrop of that history. And what I would touch on is what stands out for me, a trend that really stands out for me in 2023 has been the dearth or the absence of debate opponents for Michael Brown. You may recall that right before the start of 2023, Michael Brown put out that challenge for One Westers to debate him on a variety of topics. He put out there the tribes chart, Lashawan Qadash and stuff like that. And, at the beginning of the year, there was a lot of talk about, Brown's challenge to debate Hebrew Israelites. And then in the summer, thanks to you, the work that you put in, we got treated to a debate between Dr. Brown and Al-Azhar. And, shout out to Al-Azhar for stepping up. I appreciate what he did, so much respect to him. But aside from Al-Azhar, there's been nothing else. No one else seems to be chomping at the bit to get at Brown, and that's interesting. And more specifically,
because real quick, Abu, one thing, if most people who watch this channel know who Michael Brown is, but check this out. I just want to show how really he's like the perfect target. If you're a Hebrew Israelite and there's somebody you want to go after, he checks all the boxes. You know what I'm saying? Ashkenazi, and therefore, a whitish, Europeanish looking Jewish man and his ethnic background.
They claim to be an Amalekite and a Khazar and all that.
Yep,
and get a Christian apologist. Do you want to go after Christian apologists or Ashkenazi Jews? You can get them at the same time.
A Christian, an evangelical, classic, Orthodox with small O Christian, and somebody who's an apologist. He's an apologist, just like you just said. I'm showing you every single thing that they hate. He is. Right? And he speaks Hebrew. These Christians don't know the Old Testament. So I just want to point out, everyone.
No, I'm glad you brought that up, because that brings us exactly to something which really stands out for me. Brown has expressed an interest in debating them on Lashawan Qadash.
Yep.
And to my knowledge, no one of significance, none of the significant proponents of Lashawan Qadash have stepped up to debate Brown on that topic. And me personally, I'd love to see Dr. Brown debate one of the popular proponents of Lashawan Qadash. So I'd like to throw out some popular names. Do you have that image I sent you?
Yeah, I do. First, I want to ask Jim and Alden, did you guys see the debate between Al-Azhar and Michael Brown?
Oh yeah, I was
yes,
right
sir.
Because if we're
I was anticipated that.
Me too, because as we go along our list, I actually will put that upon the top things that happened within Hebrew Israelism in 2023. You know what I'm saying? That debate, just you think about that debate, that's like a really important, monumental, significant debate, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad that they both did it. Now, Abu, though, you're going to talk about stuff that didn't happen. Yeah. So give me a second. I'll pull up.
That's what I said. I extend. I've always had respect for Al-Azhar, and I extend my respect to Al-Azhar for debating Brown. But what about the people who have not debated Al-Azhar? Excuse me, have not debated. It started to sway a little bit in the days of Truth After Knowledge. Then when you started getting on the scene, most sense.
Yeah, because I think some people are saying the screen is frozen.
Yeah, I think it was. Everyone refresh, and it should be okay. Because I saw the same thing happen. Everyone refresh, we should be all right. Okay, so I'm putting on the screen right now, Abu. There we go.
Let's see. There it is. Thank you. Right. So here's the question. Who's willing to debate Michael Brown on Lashawan Qadash? And I don't know how this looks on. Let me see. I'm going to check my feed. Is there any way you can make it a tiny bit smaller? Because the names are cut off. If not, it's okay.
Yeah.
But whatever the case.
No, I can. Just give me a second. I'll change.
In the meantime, here's 3 names that I think these are the perfect, and I'm going to do it from left to right, right? one of these gentlemen should debate Michael Brown or Lashawan Qadash. He wants to debate Lashawan Qadash, and these are three popular proponents of the system. Two of them are one Westers, the middle one isn't. So let's start with the gentleman on the left, right? Let's consider the first example. Kharab, right? Or they say Karab, but Kharab, right? This is a man who actually taught Lashawan Qadash at One West itself, right? At the first school in Harlem, at 125th Street. He was one of the Hebrew teachers there. If I'm not mistaken, he was their second Hebrew teacher after the gentleman he replaced. I forget that gentleman's name. But nonetheless, that man is he's a former teacher of Lashawan Qadash at One West. He's also the man who came up with the popular declaration, Kwam Yasharallah. You hear all these one Westers yelling that, Kwam Yasharallah. This guy is the man who coined that. He came up with that, right? So he seems like the perfect proponent of Lashawan Qadash to step up and debate Michael Brown on that topic, right? But I heard that the idea of such a debate was floated just preliminarily. Not it wasn't Brown himself who reached out, but another person who has a channel that puts on debates, sort of trying to do some of the preliminary work. The idea was floated to Danya Allah because he's sort of like the contact for Kharab, right? And from what I heard, Danya Allah turned it down on Kharab's behalf on the grounds that Kharab is too old. Now, if that's true, that's an incredible reason to turn it down because Brown himself is a senior citizen, right? He's like pushing 70. He's like 68 or 69 or something like that. So saying, Kharab's too old, I mean, Brown is just as old, maybe older, right? Now, to be fair...
maybe Danya Allah is also worried about Brown's age, and so he's also turning it down on Brown's behalf. He's worried that Brown is too old. We need to be charitable, right?
True. You're right. Got to remember to be charitable. Now, to be fair, what I just mentioned, that's not Kharab turning the debate down, right? Rather, it's someone else turning the debate down on his behalf. But the question is why, right? And perhaps with this now being discussed publicly on your channel, and you have a very popular channel, perhaps someone can, who sees this show can reach out to Kharab, right? People who know Kharab should ask Kharab himself if he's willing to debate Michael Brown on the topic of Lashawan Qadash, right?
You want to make any 2023 predictions, Abu?
Yeah, I'm going to predict it's not going to happen. I'm predicting that none of these men will debate Brown, but I think they're each one is the perfect choice. So then, the second person is Kelly Richardson, the good doctor, Dr. Kelly Richardson, and I apologize for not saying his title up front. The good doctor actually wrote on Facebook, on his Facebook page, back in December of 2022, when the talk of, right before the start of 2023, when the talk of Brown debating somebody first came up, Kelly was on his Facebook page saying that, if Brown wants to debate him, he knows how to find him, right? That's honestly, that's a bit
I saw that. Yeah, I remember you sent me that. Yep.
So that's a bit of a strange thing to say, considering that he's saying it in like his social media accounts are basically heavily censored echo chambers, right? So he's practically saying it from behind the block wall. And let's be honest, Kelly has most of the people who might attempt to set up the preliminaries of that debate. He has them blocked, right? He has me blocked. He has you blocked. He has Garfield blocked, probably. Who can?
Jim, are you blocked by Kelly Richardson yet?
Say it again.
Jim, are you blocked by Kelly Richardson yet? Do you know? Oh, you've muted yourself. Let me ask
Jim's
Alton, is Kelly Richardson blocked you?
I'm not sure. I don't think I've been to any of his social media pages, but I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think I've ever commented on anything that he's
Alton's not invited to the block party. You would think you would be invited to the block party considering you're both in Atlanta, but hey, I guess you're not invited to the block party.
Wait. Hold on. I thought that he was in Virginia.
Oh, my bad. I don't know why I said. Oh, I was thinking of his cousin. Sorry, I was thinking of William Brown, Richard Katz.
Okay. Well, now Richard Katz is here. Richard Katz is here in Atlanta.
Yeah,
but
sorry.
I don't think that I don't think that Kelly Richardson is.
Yeah, my bad. Okay, Jim, what about you?
I'm not aware if I am, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it's true.
Well, I got to tell you guys, I think both of you. I don't know what your New Year's resolutions are yet, but I honestly want to recommend to you, you both need to work on a New Year's resolution to be blocked by Kelly Richardson by the end of the year.
Yes.
Hey, man, listen, I'm trying not to get sued, all right? So, I've been on a really good streak of not being sued. So, he's lawyered up. He got the paperwork. He got the scholars behind him. I'm really trying to... This year, I said I'm really not going to try to get into any trouble. All right.
Okay.
That's funny.
All right.
But we'll say this: if Kelly has everybody blocked, right? At least it can be asked publicly now on your show, right? The question should be publicly asked now. Might, if not Harab, how about the second choice? Might Kelly Richardson be willing to debate Dr. Brown on the topic of Lashawan Qadash, right? Dr. Kelly is a proponent of the system, and he claims it can be demonstrated. He claims he has all the evidence in his favor, so he should state publicly whether he's willing to debate Dr. Brown on the topic, and perhaps someone can, then reach out to him. But, I'm not confident.
Also that seems
that
seems very fair considering, that they both are holding doctorates. You have Dr. Richardson versus Dr. Brown. That seems very fair, evenly matched. You know what I mean?
Point.
Yeah. What were you about to say, Alden?
But I got a question, though. Now, I didn't know, and I mean, maybe this is something that probably just went over my head, but I didn't know that Kelly Richardson was a proponent of Lashawan Qadash.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's even some of his recent posts, he's still arguing for it, and and it's interesting.
Because
you would clearly just sort of lifted it from other people. Like he's lifted a lot of the sources he references from that Judah Speaks account. Humorously, when you see him put up Lashawan Qadash in his teachings and his slides, he uses the diacritics which were established at One West. Like he'll swear that, I didn't get this from One West, but the thing is, he's using their diacritics without even knowing the origin.
Yeah, actually, now that you mentioned that, I do remember you doing a video on that. I do remember you mentioning that he was saying that he didn't get it from the camps, but somehow he has the same talking points as them. So
yeah, even their diacritics. But
the diacritics are clearly from them. So it's like there's no way you can act like you made it up yourself and stuff like that.
You can even see the diacritics. If you raise the image a little bit, I put it under Johanna's name, his Paleo Hebrew name, his Phoenician script name. Raise the image there, so you can see the little smiles and frowns as they were. You can't see it now because it's cut off, but whatever the case, now let's turn to Johanna. Here's a third possibility, right? Johanna is the leader of the new ISUPK. He claims it's still the original ISUPK, right? And he's literally complained that others are scared to discuss Lashawan Qadash. Scared, quote unquote scared. That's an exact term that he's used. By the way, I sent you a link. Would you be willing to play that little 9-second clip where he says that? If not, it's cool.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, but I don't have it up. So maybe.
Okay, no problem. I mean, I could. People can contact me on social media. And by the way, there's the little diacritics. See the frowns and smiles under Johanna's name. That's the diacritics developed at One West, and Kelly Richardson uses that. But whatever the case, sticking to Johanna, he's literally said that people are scared to debate Lashawan Qadash, and he said that about even other One West Israelites. Right? He's accused them of being scared. So since he's the leader of a large One West group, since he claims to be, quote unquote, second only to Christ, that's the term he uses to describe himself. And more recently, it's come out that he basically, first off, he's long claimed to be the true leader of the whole One West spectrum. And it's recently come out that he's insinuated that he's like the de facto pope of One West, as he claims basically to sit on the chair of Peter. Have you seen that? Those clips going around?
Oh, yeah.
So he's the leader of the church, and now Johanna sits in Peter's seat.
Yep.
Yeah, from Sonetta, he managed to get him to.
So with all that in mind, right?
Was that this year? By the way, was that all?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm putting that on the list. Hold on.
Yeah, that's
Johanna
recently, actually
declares himself
second pope of One West, because who the first pope of One West was? Not that Johanna recognized him, but Tazadakia. Someone told me that.
I was just about to say, comfy.
Yes, at the ICGJC, someone told me that at the ICGJC, they never came out with this public. I heard about this from a former member. That was being thrown around, that when they get the spiritual powers, when Christ comes back, basically they're going to go sack Rome, and Tazadakia was supposed to sit on the chair of Peter at the Vatican. He was going to take it over. They were going to reinstate what they called the Black Papacy. Yeah, he literally fantasized about being Pope.
Jeez,
not merely the leader of the world, but the literally the Pope in Rome at the Vatican. They would be going to call him Papa Tazadakia.
That needs to be a new parody. I love it when you call me Rome Papa.
But now, unfortunately, he's no longer with us. So now there's Pope Johanna, right? And with all that in mind, I would propose that Johanna would be a good person to debate Dr. Brown on Lashawan Qadash. Now, to be fair, I'm not aware of anyone previously trying to reach out to Johanna, but since he accuses others of being scared to discuss the topic and he presents himself as the current leader of the One West Spectrum, then if all that's true, the question should be publicly posed to him as well now. Going by his self-descriptions, he would seem to be the perfect person to debate Lashawan Qadash with Dr. Brown. So that's the question for Johanna and for his followers in ISUPK. That's the question: is Johanna willing to debate Michael Brown on Lashawan Qadash?
That's a good one.
What about Captain Tazariak? Do you think that he would do that?
I don't know. I heard what's his name? Who's their Hebrew teacher? Chataza might be willing. But, I mean, why not the leader of the group? Why not the leader? Why not the man who's been in it the longest, who remembers when they were teaching 4 scripts, Yeah. Who learned directly from Ariyah. Why not him? Especially since Johanna specifically accused others of being scared. But, here's another question. What if the 3
Hold on. Can I do have the video. Just give me a second.
Play this real quick.
Yeah, just give me a second, though.
It's only 9 seconds long.
Yeah, it's going to get, I got to switch over to this real quick here. I'm gonna play this video. All right, yeah. Check out the live chat, and then let me play this video right. Okay, I got on the screen. The whole Allentown church was shut down. Mike, you're a liar. That comment.
No. Now watch this, right? Now the Allentown church was closed because of the landlord did not want to renew the lease, so the church was closed, right?
Why are you running from the Hebrew? Why are you running from the Hebrew? You let them on the internet scare you from the Lashawan Qadash. Right, the Lashawan Qadash, that ain't right. That ain't right.
Louder. Sorry for some of the tech difficulties, guys. Sometimes when I have more guests on, it's a little challenging, but we got the audio louder now. Okay, here we go.
Why are you running from the Hebrew? You let them on the internet scare you from the Lashawan Qadash. Right, the Lashawan Qadash, that ain't right. That ain't right.
I gotta play that again. Everything about this is funny. And by the way, I know some people said there's buffering and some stuff. Yeah, I have sometimes there's problems when I have more than one guest on, but I'm working it. Just give a second. We'll get it all worked out
in about 5-10 minutes. So
well, we don't. I'm not trying to kick you off, but I'm just saying. All right, let's play this again. Here.
Why are you running from the Hebrew? You let them on the internet scare you from the Lashawan Qadash. The Lashawan Qadash, that ain't right. That ain't right.
Okay, so I mean, it does seem like he should be willing to debate it, right?
Exactly. So think about how he describes himself. Basically, he's insinuating that unlike other people, he's not scared to discuss Lashawan Qadash. And then on top of that, he claims to be, this is an exact quote, second only to Christ. Right, he's the true leader of One West. He's the one carrying the torch from the 7 heads. He claims that, and he's recently been shown to insinuate that he's the Pope. He sits on the chair of Peter. So I mean, come on, and he's not scared to discuss Lashawan Qadash. That's the perfect person to debate Michael Brown. So I just wanted to put that question out there publicly, would Johanna, wouldn't that be a great debate? Johanna versus Michael Brown on Lashawan Qadash or Harab. And I guess my third choice would be Kelly if we can't get Karab or Johanna.
What about if they said they don't want to debate Brown? Would you debate one of them?
I mean, why? It's Brown putting out the debate. Let's go scholar to scholar. They all claim I'm an idiot. So you want to debate stupid Abu Dudu as they call me? Debate Brown. He's the one who put out the challenge. But let's ask this question because you sort of touched on it. What if all these men remain silent, or don't want to discuss it, or what if they turn it down, or just like I said, just don't never take up the call? And what if they're sitting somewhere hoping that some other lesser light takes up the task, right? Well, some younger man in their group, right? So they could just say, oh, if he doesn't do well, they'd be like, oh, well, that's just him. That's Buddy didn't do well. But I would treat that as part of the paradigm shift that I alluded to at the beginning, right? And this is a paradigm shift that's happened amongst proponents of Lashawan Qadash. For, as I said earlier, 15 or more years ago, one Westers used to want to pick arguments with people about Lashawan Qadash, right? Groups like the ICGJC and GMS were declaring an openness to debate anyone, a willingness, like an anxiousness that we will debate anyone. No one can shut us down. That's what they used to say. But after some indirect discussions over the years, you recall this, Tahar, for example, when you got involved, Tahar reached the point where, with all due respect to him, he was reduced to saying that Lashawan Qadash is merely a thing of faith. But what about these other men?
When we went out to New York and we were literally right there with him, and he said, well, I don't speak Hebrew.
Yeah, right. He said, I'm not a speaker of Hebrew, and that's fine. That. But there's no shame in that. But the thing is, it's in a vacuum. There's no shame in that. But against the backdrop of them constantly, previously putting out these challenges, and we're willing to debate anyone, and no one can shut us down. And now, a lot of them have faded away. But let's put Tahar aside. God bless Tahar. He's an older gentleman, right? What about these other men? Or do they also, the Kelly and Harab and Yohana, do they also say it's merely a thing of faith like Tahar does, right? Do they also want to cede that ground when there's someone serious who's interested in debating them on the topic? And if so, like I said, that would represent a tremendous paradigm shift in the confidence of one Westers or in proponents, because Kelly's not a one Wester, for the most part. He adopted their language system, but otherwise he's outside of one West. But nonetheless, it would seem tempting to interpret silence or rejection of the debate offers. It would be tempting to interpret that as a recognition of the problems that's within their system. A lack of confidence. I don't know. But that's it. I'm going to jump off in a moment.
Well, hold on, Abu. Before you jump off. Hang on, let's see if we got all the items we've talked about so far, because I think I might have missed one. The KC brawl. Yohana declares himself Pope on Sonetta. Guerrilla Hebrew versus Michael Brown debate. Shout out to
Al-Azhar. That was great.
No one will debate Lashawan Qadash. Those are four. Was there a fifth thing we talked about? I thought there was something else I missed.
No, I think I covered it so far.
Is that what we've hit so far, Jim? Alton, you remember another one? Okay.
As far as events or whatever?
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the ones we talked about so far. Abu's going to go, and then we'll discuss more. Abu, thank you for coming by and breaking all down. Thanks for having me on.
Sorry if I was a little animated there. I was trying to rush through it. I appreciate it.
No,
you gentlemen will have a great conversation.
Hey, I appreciate
one more thing.
Commentary, Abu, just so you know, bro. Appreciate what you put out, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I forgot to show.
Just for the reference. Yeah, this is Kelly just before the start of 2023. This is from his Facebook page. And so you see someone wrote to Kelly that says, Dr. Michael Brown wants the smoke, Dr. Kelly Richardson, right? And Kelly says, I'm going to review the video. And then the person is towards the bottom. He says, thank you, Doc. And then Kelly Richardson writes, if Brown was really serious about this request, he'll reach out. He's very aware of who's who among our community. That's like saying that Brown knows who I am. That's what he's saying, Now, I honestly, and I don't mean this disrespectfully to the good doctor, but I don't think Brown has any idea who he is,
I can tell you from talking to Michael Brown, he does not know who Kelly is. He does not know. He is unaware of Kelly Richardson's existence. But this is a hilarious. Wait a minute. Who's Rabbi Dr. Yosef Benjamin Hernandez? Because he says he wants to debate me. I didn't see that. I don't remember seeing this. Does anyone know who that is?
I don't know. You might have to see if I can send you a link. I'm not familiar with that gentleman.
Rabbi,
there's a million unknown people who are willing to do it. I was curious about the people with popular channels, the people who are popular. Now Kelly should be described as popular, in that regard. I think the first choice should be Yohana, then Harab, and then Kelly's the third choice. Because I'm sorry to say that if Kelly, not that I ever expect Kelly to debate Brown, but if he did, and he did poorly, all the One Westers would just wave him off. They'd be like, oh, that guy, who's that guy? He was never part of One West. He never learned from the school. So, they'd wave him off as insignificant. So,
yeah,
Harab is the most significant because he literally taught Hebrew at One West.
I mean, he's the one who's got a patent pending for Kwam Yasharallah. You know,
Exactly. He coined the phrase Kwam Yasharallah. Yeah, exactly.
Wait. Who has a patent on that? General Yohana?
No, that was a joke. I'm making I'm making a joke. What I'm saying is that how do you say his name again? Abu?
Harab. I think it should be Harab because it's supposed to be longer, but yeah, Harab as they call him.
Harab.
Yeah.
Harab's an older gentleman who's considered the expert of Lashawan Qadash, and he's supposed to be known as the one who I guess he coined the phrase Kwam Yasharallah.
He came up with that. Yep. Yeah, which is so famous amongst One Westers. A lot of young One Westers screamed that without knowing where it came from. It came from Harab, a man who taught Lashawan Qadash in One West. Sorry, forgive me.
Every time they say it, they got to pay him 5 cents.
Oh, he'd be a millionaire if they did that.
Royalty. They got to pay them royalties, huh?
Well, they got to pay him original royalty. If you guys know. Okay, Abu, thank you very much. I appreciate
Thank you. Everybody have a great evening. God bless.
And your receipts. Right, okay, so we've got a couple super chats I need to get to. If you guys just give me a second here, I'm gonna throw these on the screen. Thank you very much, Abu. All right, I'm looking at the live chat. I appreciate every single one of you who's supporting and making this happen. White Lily says, Happy New Year, and we say, Happy New Year back. And thank you for the super chat as well. And then also we have Ham Sunshine, and he's giving me $10 for more bandwidth. All right, thanks. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. And then Tomer, my buddy Tomer Klein. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for the super chat as well. 26, he says, hey, debate Pastor Fowl. And by that, of course, he means Charles Dow. Yes. He wants me. So, Tomer, are you willing to subsidize a debate between me and Dow, a sponsor? Can we tell him we got a sponsor? And then we'll try to, since he got demonetized recently, he may be interested in that. And by the way, I was actually going to say, guys, that's the next event that I was going to bring that happened in 2023. And it happened to me too. So I'm not even, not this year, and it'll probably happen to me again. But that Dow, he got demonetized this year. And the reason I know is...
Wait. The Hebrew Man of the Year got... How do you demonetize the Hebrew Man of the Year?
Well, to be fair, that award was, 4 years ago?
Well, who else has been the Hebrew Man of the Year since that?
We should look that up. I think 1 year Ron Shields got it, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I don't remember everybody else. I have to look it up. But yeah. I do know that they have it's interesting because the guy that did Hebrews to Negroes, Ron Dalton, he's the one who gives that award out, right? And now they're not friends anymore. Dow.
Wait. Him and Dowell, right?
Yeah, they're not friends anymore. And and definitely Kelly Richardson and Dow aren't friends. Dow calls him R. Kelly Richardson.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that's his slur.
That's bad. That's
we're not condoning it. We're just reporting here. So, that's another one. Dinu says YouTube has no respect for the Hebrew Man of the Year, the audacity. By the way, Dinu, aren't you supposed to be on the panel? What's going on? Do you not have the link or something? I thought. Let me. Oh, okay, that's what it is. All right, we'll get you on because we got a couple more panelists coming through. I'll take care of that. Okay, so Alton, we've got 5 things so far. Do you have some others you want to name?
Yes, I actually covered this on my channel a couple of months back. The Palestinian woman driving into the ISUPK school, because she thought it was a Jewish school.
Yes, that's pretty wild, isn't it?
And I'm like, wow, like they both hold the same sentiments, against the Ashkenazi Jewish people. So I just thought that it was just hilarious that this lady, she drove her vehicle into this school because she actually thought that these guys were affiliated with Ashkenazi Jews, but not knowing that they kind of have the same beliefs or the same vitriol,
Mm-hmm.
against those people. But in seriousness, I am thankful that nobody was hurt because, according to the reports, I think that there were some children in there at the time. So
Yeah, I think it doubles as a house. The school, it looked like it doubles as a house.
Right.
So that is serious. She backed her car into there after driving around a few times. This happened in Indiana. Everybody, if you're not aware of the story, it was all over the news. And so she thought she was doing this in solidarity with Palestinian folks, is the way, she was looking at it. And she just saw that Star of David, and it was like a bull seeing red. Didn't really process anything else about what it was exactly, just that it was an Israel school. But of course, it was a Hebrew Israelite school. And the most bizarre thing was ISPK was trying to spin it as a hate crime against them.
I was just going to ask about that. I was going to say, man, so who takes the credit for the hate crime being committed against them? Like, would that be the Ashkenazi Jews because that was the intended target, or was it ISUPK because it was actually their building that got dripped?
Excellent. No, that's an excellent question. Shout out to Sister Sandy for the super chat. Thank you very much, Sister Sandy. And D New, we got you that link. I apologize for that. I thought you did have it, but I guess not. But now you should. What about you in the live chat? We've got our events we're bringing up. These are events, trends, happenings, all of that kind of stuff. So there's a broad array that you can choose from as you review 2023 Hebrew Israelism. We only want events from 2023. We've got 6 right now. Live chat, do you have anything? Jim, do you have another you'd like to share? Once you guys kind of run out, that's okay. We'll take them from the audience, and I've, of course, got more, and Dean New's going to bring some as well. So I don't want you to feel too much pressure. But, Jim, do you got anything else you want to add?
Yeah. The one that sticks out of one of the ones that sticks out of my head is the entrance of IUIC leader Bishop Nathaniel into the arena on Passover week on a donkey.
I was waiting on somebody to bring it up. So,
brother, look
the
here.
donkey. But it wasn't a donkey. It was quite a steed.
It was a steed. Okay,
yeah, it was a
steed.
That was a whole horse. That was a whole horse, man. Wasn't a pony.
Then he had the Edomite women leading them in. So
right, that part, right? Yeah, yeah. It's just the audacity of him to be so flippant with this display of obvious. Y'all need to worship me. That's the way it came off. And then if you watch the whole thing, it's like almost 4 hours, I guess. These men get up and they take turns expressing their feelings to Bishop Nathaniel.
Yeah, you get a little bit of this. You get a little bit of this.
Yeah.
And a little bit of this.
Yeah. What is? Yeah.
And a little bit of this.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of this.
Yeah. All that. It just was bizarre to me. I don't know. It wasn't too much.
My nickname for that event, Jim, is the Caesar on a horse Passover. Because
it was pretty wild, yeah.
But the way he came in, the brother was like Caesar, like a Roman Caesar. You know what I'm saying?
And there were people crying, bro. There were women crying in the crowd.
Yeah, I saw that.
He got the Michael Jackson treatment, didn't he? Yep.
Oh my goodness, bro. Then they got up and said, "Y'all got the nerve to hate? Y'all can hate? Y'all hating on the bishop because he got on a horse? So what?" Oh, bro.
They try to spin it like it was a Jamie Foxx in a Quentin Tarantino movie. Oh, you just can't stand to see your brother on a horse. No, bro, that's not it, man. First of all, Jesus came in on a donkey. Second of all, the horse is not the object of Passover. The lamb is supposed to be the object of Passover. Y'all twisted everything up to make it about 20-year anniversary. If I was IUIC's PR guy, I'd be like, let's just do a separate celebration for our 20-year anniversary, not make it Passover that's supposed to be about Jesus. Sound good? Yeah. Nah. But what you got? What you about to say, Alton?
Yeah, no,
That's too
it's
much
just
for God.
that when I saw that, I'm just like, man, it's almost as like he was trying to reenact the coronation of Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, just the sheer and flippant blasphemy of the
Yeah,
image that he was trying to portray. Like he's just like the second, like the second coming of Christ or something like that.
yeah,
And I covered that on one of my live streams, and I said, I'm just waiting for this guy to just come out and just say, well, hey, I've been kind of holding this in, but
yes.
I am, Christ incarnated. Because I think
Mhm.
Vocab, you brought this up one time where I think it was you who was saying that, he started growing his hair out because he was trying to resemble the image of their perceived Christ,
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
like the guy with all of the, like that the perceived image of Christ with his all white and he got the
yes.
red eyes and the dark skin. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just waiting because I feel like it's coming.
Yep,
Yeah,
there it
and
is.
I mean,
Wow.
he had the puff in the back, looking like, yeah, yeah.
He got the what?
Wow.
What'd you say?
I say he got the curly puff in the back, looking like somebody's stepdaughter. So
This is a real picture. This is not AI. This
Yes.
is Nathaniel coming into his Passover on a horse. You know what's funny? They're like, these guys don't even know. It wasn't even just for Bishop. We were gonna have a whole bunch of horses for all of us.
Yeah,
It's
you can
just
stop the cap on that.
Safety regulations didn't, allow it. Or they saying so. I was like, bro, does he think it's better that they were saying all the elders were gonna come
Yeah,
in on
right.
a horse? What? That would make it worse. We wouldn't find it to be better. It would make it worse.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
Like
right.
three musketeers, three amigos coming in with the. All right. Well, shout out to Sister Sandy. I don't know if I said it all right for the super chat. And let's bring up Dinu. Jim, Alton, you guys got another one? Another event or happening or trend, something, anything.
I got
What
a
you
trend.
Yeah.
I got a
Go ahead.
trend.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead. Go
If
ahead.
you don't mind. If you don't
Yep.
mind, Alton, you can go ahead if you ready.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. I noticed this trend. And I don't know if you see it or not either Alton or Vocab. I'm starting to see some Hebrew Israelites that are starting to bring out the New Testament. They're starting to focus on the New Testament. They're starting to say, I'm a Hebrew, but yet I believe in the New Testament, the New Covenant. That's something that I personally have seen over the last few months. Like I said, I don't know if any of you guys are seeing that, but that's something I personally have seen on YouTube, TikTok, other places.
So do you mean like in a positive way? Like they're starting to say, hey, we recognize the new covenant? Is that the type of thing you mean?
Yes. I'm seeing it in a positive light. Like I said, in a positive light. Now, of course, theologically, there's some still working through,
Right.
to get through. But I mean, it's a point. It's a step in the right. I see it as a step in the right direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like for
So
example, Bishop Elder Yephtha from
Yes.
One Body in Yahushai. That's probably a good example.
Yes, he's a really good example, and I don't know if we got guys following his lead, but honestly, I didn't really see this until after, frankly, after your show when you had him on, and he had this revelation that look, we've been hating on people for too long. We need to stop all this hate. It was not too long after that we see these quote unquote New Testament Hebrew Israelites. So
Well, so that's
that's
good.
what I've
So
been seeing.
because you're actually mentioning like a positive thing there.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Are we talking
that's-
about campers?
Well, I
Um,
mean, One Body in Yahushai it is a One West camp. I mean, I think he's just probably just saying in general. Another group like that would be FOPE or FOPE, FOPE, for people's edification. That's another example. There's some other ones. Dinu, can you think of any others, or Alton, that have kind of embraced that? I've seen some other ones as well. Some of the guys that left ICGJC, they kind of got on that tip. I don't know if There's others. You're still muted yourself, Dinu, by the way. But you are still muted, but I didn't mute you. It says guests has muted themselves. Okay, so that's a good trend. So let me add that in here. I wouldn't even have thought to say that, but I do agree that there are more, and I do agree that that's a positive thing, obviously. So we'll call that embrace of the new covenant, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, so we got the KC brawl. We got Yohana declaring himself Pope. We have Guerrilla Hebrew versus Michael Brown debate. We have the fact that no one will debate Lashawan Qadash, number 4. Number 5, Dow demonetized. Number 6, the Palestinian car incident. Number 7, Caesar on a horse Passover. Number 8, embrace of the new covenant. Okay, D-New, welcome to Street Apologists Live. How you doing? This is the show where we serve the underserved and look at the overlooked. Help us do that. What you got there?
She's still having audio stuff.
Oh, well, I don't got you muted, D-New, so I can't do anything. It says you've muted yourself. That's what it says on my end. I got your volume all the way up, and it says guesses. I thought you undid it. But okay, let's see here. Dan Straight says, wow, I've never seen D-New. Nice to place a face with a name. Well, hopefully, Dan, we can hear D-New as well. Warrior Woman says, you're still muted. Go out and come back. And then Nate says, subscribe to D-New. So he's giving us how to do that. And then JT Max says, yeah, they're not going to debate a fake language, of course. Yeah, well, maybe the case. And then Sowing the Word, Jesus says, I had a 3-hour plus discussion with 2 members of a Sakari camp yesterday on who Christ died for. Romans 5:17 debunks the argument there, but they hinge everything back to, it looks like that's a 2-part post. We'll come back to that. BK Apologist says, did you cover the Detroit Blitz on IUIC already? Well, BK, that's the next one I know D-New is going to do. So we haven't, but we're working on it. But good call. And there's part 2 of that, which is back to only Israel was under the law. True. Okay, let's look at and see what else you guys have dropped here on the live chat. I don't know if you've given any. Oh, Nate makes an interesting comment. Wondering if we'll be seeing a trend of more. Are we going to be seeing they brew Israelites? So I don't know if you guys know what he's talking about, because Nate a lot of times jokes, but he's actually not joking about this one. Do you remember when I was doing a live stream and there was a guy who came on and he was like from West Hollywood and he was proudly partaking of one of the activities that are well known that people partake in West Hollywood? And what he was saying is he's a Hebrew Israelite, and he was saying there's going to be a lot more people who are going to be Hebrew Israelite coming out who are also going to partake into that activity.
I don't remember seeing
that. And he was... Yeah, he was loud and proud and Hebrew Israelite.
But you got to remember, Anton Dotson, the one guy who went viral for.
They raping everybody out here.
Yeah. That guy, that guy. He said he wasn't gay anymore, but that guy, he was actually one of the first people.
He said he'd been delivered.
Yeah, I don't know if he said he was delivered, but he said that he said he wasn't practicing the homosexual lifestyle anymore, but he wasn't like really denouncing it. But I think he was the first person that I heard a few years ago basically saying that he felt like that he was a Hebrew Israelite, or he believes that he's a Hebrew Israelite even before he decided or he claimed that he wasn't even gay. So he said that he had always knew that he was a Hebrew Israelite even while he was gay. So that's why, what you're saying about these LGBTQ people coming out saying that they're Hebrew Israelites, it's like, it doesn't surprise me because I feel like that it was just going to be a matter of time anyway. So,
Right. Yeah, especially if you think about how Hebrew Israelism is essentially it's a subjective revelation, something that you get, that you have, and it's like that can go a lot of ways where you can have a revelation that this is okay, plus I'm a real Israelite. Okay, looks like you're unmuted. Dinu, say something. Oh, that's weird. It says you're not muted yourself anymore, but I can't actually hear you. I can hear everyone else. I don't know. Dinu, I don't know.
Is her system
she got
microphone muted?
Settings.
I got everything set up here, Dinu. I can't really see what else it would be. You got to make sure you have your right input, of course. Open up your sound settings. You know how that goes. And then make sure it's on. Make sure the eCam is allowed to interact with it. Maybe switch devices, something like that. Maybe you just start the whole thing over. Sometimes you got to do that. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. Okay, so I guess we could put. I'll put it this way. I'll make that actually one of the things on the list. Introduction of West Hollywood Israelites. That's the way I'm going to phrase it there. The fact that because what was weird is I looked, and after I saw that he came on my Smoke Room live stream, I saw that he had made the rounds and been on a couple other channels as well. So he did a couple like that, which is very, very interesting. Purely Grounded says, I like that they started honoring your presence with umbrellas. Vocab, making you feel extra special.
Yeah, the Umbrella Order. Yeah,
Umbrella Academy. Yeah, is that something that we should also here? Just let me show everyone if they're not understanding what we're talking about here. We're talking about this new thing where when I go out to IUIC, they put umbrellas out, so I can't get footage. Is the idea. And then they poke me with the umbrella stems, like on the top. They start poking at me and
like
pushing.
Mr. Penguin from Batman.
Yeah.
Batman Returns.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a picture where I took a guy with a guy. He's got his umbrella out. But the thing is, they follow me around with the umbrellas. That's what makes it especially irritating because they'll say, "Oh, huh."
You look reasonably perturbed on that picture, by the way.
Well, because they'll follow me and then they'll be like, "Oh, you're in our space." But it's like, bro, you follow me around, Here, let me see. Yeah. Here's another one. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna show you a video real quick because all you get in this video is umbrellas.
Umbrellas for him just like this. Maybe some Chinese people, maybe some Africans.
All I think about is that Rihanna song. The Umbrella song by Rihanna.
Totally.
Right.
Kind of like he's doing right now, which is what Nathaniel wants. He's already got it going on.
What I was saying is,
Vocab.
Huh?
Now I got a question.
What?
Do you think that they actually brought those umbrellas there to kind of detour you, or they may have just brought those because maybe they were just out in the Phoenix sun? And was that in Phoenix?
Yeah, that is in Phoenix. But I can tell you this: IUIC protocol is to take umbrellas with you.
Why?
Not just for me,
Just
but
in case?
anyone they think is like me.
Yeah.
But I've had them use.
Because
I've
they're
had
all
them.
about protecting the brand. They're all
Yeah.
about protecting the brand. So the
Okay.
Vocab gonna show up and give them that work. You know what I'm saying? So they don't
Yeah.
want that on video. You see what I'm saying? So let's put the order on him, and we don't want him, getting no kind of good looking footage. Anything that puts him in a positive light, put us in a negative light. We can't have that. So here we go.
So here's the thing though. Last year was the first time that it happened to me. Meaning I think it's a new thing they started doing.
Yeah.
And because I can tell you when I went out to Houston and dealt with IUIC out there, Alton, and also when I went out to Dallas, and actually previous times where I've interacted with Phoenix IUIC, there were no umbrellas. So that's a newer thing. I didn't see any umbrellas. They didn't have any umbrellas. They didn't pull any umbrellas on me. So they do it now.
I like to know
but
what the memo looked like when they were sending this out. They're like, all right, so what we need to do, y'all, is go out, get some umbrellas. An official decree by IUIC.
yeah, no,
Bishop Nathaniel.
I do think it's a new thing. But I think the idea is, okay, well, Vocab's come out, we'll have it for him. But I think the idea is we'll also have it for anybody. But it may be because, I mean, I didn't see it before. So it is a new development, though. I can't say that. But yeah, the introduction of the Umbrella Academy, you know, that was a good one to point out.
Listen, if anybody can leak us a copy of the memo for the umbrellas, I would love to see that, please.
Oh,
if somebody got some inside thoughts and be like, man, we got an email from IUIC Bishop Nathaniel with this decree for those umbrellas, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
That would be social media gold right there, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Somebody got it. Come on, man. Just go ahead and just leak it to us. We'll make you totally anonymous, you know.
All right, let's see. Dinu, say something.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we got Dinu in the house. Welcome to Street Apologists Live, Dinu. This time we can hear you.
Hi, Dinu.
All right,
How you
Dinu.
doing?
Here's what we've got so far. The KC Brawl. Johanna declares himself Pope. Gorilla Hebrew versus Michael Brown. No one will debate Lashawan Qadash. Number 5, Dow got demonetized. Number 6, the Palestinian car crash. Number 7, the Caesar on a horse Passover. Number 8, embrace of the new covenant by some. Introduction of West Hollywood Israelites. Number 9, number 10, the Umbrella Academy. And number 11, they're in no particular order, obviously. Number 11,
the IUIC Detroit Blitz.
tell us what that was, Dinu. And we have a couple pictures we can show.
Yeah. So for those of you who aren't aware, IUIC is a group of the Hebrew Israelites. It stands for Israel United in Christ. And what they have been doing is visiting churches on their day of worship. They've been approaching parishioners. They've been, in essence, trying to lure people away from the Black church, okay? And so what happened was a group of Christian apologists, decided to return the favor in kind. And they approached IUIC Detroit on their day of gathering, which was a Saturday. And that happened in Detroit. I was able to be there and be a part of it. So that is what it was.
You want me to show you being there?
Sure, because I ain't lying.
There's Dinu. She's there. But how many of there were you? Because there was quite a few of you there.
Yeah, I think I would say there was about 20 of us there, give or take. Yeah, give or take. So it was a good number. We believe that they knew we were coming, and so they were kind of prepared for us. Yeah.
That was a beautiful.
So this was the second time that they blitzed them, right?
Yeah.
Yep. This was the second time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was cool. I wasn't there at the first one, but it was cool to, join Pastor Mike, join Chris, Apologist Detroit, Des, all of those guys. IUIC did not like that I was there. They did not like it at all.
Yeah, they even slandered you, of course, if everybody remembers.
Yeah, they did slander me. But I mean, these are the things that we expect, right? They're not very shy in their hatred of Black women. So it's not really about me being there or not being there. They just hate Black women, period. So that's fine. It is what it is because they are who they are. So.
Yeah, they said that she was doing a provocative dance, which I won't name, that most people know the name of on camera. That's literally what they said.
Yeah, They did say that, however, provided no video evidence, despite their 100 million cameras that were there. No one was able to show that I was doing any such thing. So, these guys are just liars,
Yes, they are. But tell us that was just one part of it. What was the beauty? What was the good thing? What was the cool thing? What was the power of that Detroit Blitz by the Urban Apologists for Christ?
Well, before I answer that, let me just say this: that it's one thing to, I mean, this isn't the first time that I've approached Hebrew Israelites in person. It's definitely different being on the other side of a screen and seeing it versus actually being where they are. I just want to say unequivocally that these are not men of the Lord. Let me just make that clear. The way that they conduct themselves on camera is even worse when you're there in person. The level of disrespect that these men have for other people who are non-Israelite or not proclaimed to be Israelite is, I don't know another word, but to use appalling. But to answer your question, the one good thing that one of the good things that came from it, I think, is that, you know, people who are able to tune in to the shows that we did and who were aware of what we were doing, a lot of people were encouraged. I think a lot of people were encouraged to see that, you know, despite Hebrew Israelites having free reign and doing the things that they've been doing for years, and, you know, again, just dogging the Christian church and not really having, you know, a substantive or not substantive, much response, I think that people were encouraged to see that there are Christians around who can go toe to toe with them. You know, if you guys saw the video, you guys saw Pastor Mike Holloway, and he was going toe to toe with them. And so I think that it's just a way to encourage the body of Christ as a whole, that, you know, not only if you join up with the other believers to do the work of the ministry, you're also encouraged to know that, you know, we have answers. We have answers that we have truth. Truth is a person. This is what I always say. Truth is a person, and we have truth on our side. And so I think that it was an encouragement for people who are able to check it out.
Amen. Mr. Phil Fox was there as well. He's not able to join us tonight, but I did send him the link because I was hoping he could. Mr. Phil Fox says it's night and day from when the cameras are on versus off. Is that true?
Yeah, because that day, before the cameras started rolling, they were actually cordial. They recognized some of the guys who were there from the first time, and they had some laughs, they had some banter. But yeah, as soon as those cameras turned on, they became different people for the camera. So,
amen. And it was cool to see Phil Fox there. We had Detroit apologists there. We had Desmond there. Of course, we had Elder Mike Holloway, and there's some other brothers I'm not remembering their names off the top of my head.
Yeah, Roger was there. Roger Sherman was there. Oh man,
the gentleman.
Yeah, shout out to Roger,
whose name begins with E. Who's the gentleman who has the truck that's like the witnessing of it?
Edward Smith, Pastor Edward Smith was there. Robert Anderson was there, who has a ministry there in Detroit. Who else was there?
Yeah. It was really cool to see all the people. Mr. Phil Fox
was there. Sorry.
Say what?
Cedric was there. He comes to the live chat.
Yeah, Cedric. And Leo Wilson.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody who was at that Detroit Blitz. And that was the second year in a row.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Beautiful. Shout out to J-Man. Shout out to New Testament Theologists. Subscribe to their channels. We got some great people. And subscribe to Mr. Phil Fox's channel as well. So we're going to add that Detroit Blitz of 2023. Somebody mentioned the St. Louis Blitz. I don't know as much about that. Tell me about the St. Louis Blitz to the person in the live chat. I think I might have seen something, and to be honest, sometimes I just forget stuff. So if you're like, I sent it to you, Vocab, then please forgive me, and I'll probably go, oh, yeah. But just I don't know a lot about that. But I do know there was also Minister Chris out in Detroit doing some blitzes and also some action when they blitzed there in Dallas as well. So we got some good people stepping up all over. It's been epic to see. And then I don't know if you guys saw that we had Chris, K-Dub, and Jesus is the Word. They went back out. They did some stuff No, I'm sorry. I said the wrong person. It was Jesus is the Word in Alberto from over here in Phoenix. They did some stuff in Dallas as well. And I didn't have as many street encounters this year, but since we're talking about it real quick, I do want to share, because these videos are up as the point of this. I did have a great one, I thought, with GMS Arizona, and that was with Eddie Dalcour and Tony Rogers, and also in the live chat, Lewis there. And then I also had a brief one with Yahushai's servants as well. That was with when actually a Jewish reporter was covering a little story for a local Jewish community newspaper here. That one wasn't filmed. The first one was. And it was crazy. Then a couple weeks later, I ran into them at Chick-fil-A. So after they do camp, apparently they go out and get Chick-fil-A. And we had a very cordial discussion at Chick-fil-A. And I was even making jokes about it because they were sitting at one table and I was sitting at another one. We were outside. Yahushai's Servants is a Phoenix-only local camp, right? And there were some of the little breadcrumbs that one of my kids didn't want to eat. And so I was like, I'll just feed it to the birds. There were some birds out. And so I threw some pieces out. And I saw the Yahushai's Servants see it, right? And I was like, hey. I was like, guys, that's what you're going to be doing to me in the kingdom? Throwing me those breadcrumbs like that, right? They're like, you said it, Vocab. And then there was another one where in one night on the first Friday, ran into Sakari, IUIC, and ISUPK. That one wasn't on film either. The only one that I had a decent conversation with was ISUPK. They were actually pretty cool, and we actually had a good conversation. Then with IUIC, you guys saw that with the umbrellas. And if you count this, since that Michael Brown debate had to get set up all the way back in February, I don't know if you guys remember, I met up during Super Bowl 2023, downtown Phoenix. I met up with Alazar and Sakari to discuss the debate, and we shot that little promo video. That happened this year. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. Yeah, a lot happened this year.
Yeah, and people were tripping to just see us kind of, standing beside each other. Also, I interact with the Apostles' Doctrine. Those videos are up there. They're not as memorable because a lot of people, it's just two guys, so a lot of people don't know who they are. But that guy, Jeshurun, he actually goes back to the old school camp. Tahar knows who he is. Tahar has a slur for him. He calls him the Chinese water rat. I know that's like some kind of slur. But he's deviated from One West doctrine, but he's still on Wester. And then a couple others here. But so it has happened. Well, Dinu, I think I have one other picture of you out there because I showed one. So there it is from the Blitz. Oh, that's the one with the green thing in the hair. Okay. Hold on. Here, wait, wrong one. There we go. Okay, so yeah, you were there. Okay, what else? Oops, it's just taking up the whole camera. My bad.
I was there, y'all. I was there. It's fine.
Mike B, no, the battle axes for the Most High was a different year, but I put up some other footage that I think I forgot that I hadn't put up. So it wasn't this year. The battle axes was not this year in Dallas. But, okay, so Dinu, we got number 11, the Detroit Blitz of 2023. What else do we want to include in here?
I won't talk about this one for long. I chose 3. I did also choose Jim. I did choose the Passover as well. So I won't say very much about it. I just, I think the main thing that I got from that, it was very non-captivity like prices, I think. When you look at the regality and the opulence, I mean, this is not related to captivity at all. And then for anyone who's familiar with the proliferation of IUIC globally, that too is not captivity pricing as well. It costs a little bit of money to be able to fly post-COVID for sure. It takes a little bit of money to set up different groups and locations all over the world. So for anyone who is wondering if it's true, if they're in captivity, the answer is no. 2024, the answer is no, they're not in captivity.
Hey, actually, I'm going to put that on the list, Dinu. You said the global proliferation of IUIC. That is true. I don't know if people have realized and seen how many international camps these guys have established now. I just saw on the Twitter page the other day, Panama City now. Panama City, that's the latest one. And actually, I would put a number 13, IUIC's entrance into the alternative mainstream Because I know that, the year prior, it was late in the year with the Kyrie Kanye thing, and they were related, involved with that, but they wasn't really like kind of mainstream yet. But then you see them get on Jason Whitlock, and I don't know if people have realized it, but they have done a ton, IUIC specifically, of interviews with really large African-based social media platforms. Like I'm talking high subscriber counts, high view counts. So most of us aren't aware of who these folks are, but they run a tight ship. They do social media well. Usually it's in English. They're interviewing Nathaniel, and they've managed to book a whole bunch of these interviews. And it's sort of, that's why I call it alternative mainstream. Even Jason Whitlock is sort of alternative mainstream. So they're not quite there, but they've made an entrance they didn't have before. And I've heard, I haven't seen it, so I need your help on this. I've heard there's some videos with either Matt Walsh or Candace Owens watching a Nathaniel video doing a reaction to it.
Candace Owens.
So
Candace
it's true.
Owens.
Is it true?
It is 100% true, and it blew my mind.
Tell me about it. I haven't seen it, so tell me about it. Or what do you remember?
She showed, she actually is, because how TikTok is, you can play a video in the background while you're on, like you're on the front of the of the post.
Yeah, like a green
screen.
That's
what she did. Yes, exactly. And in the back, it's Nathaniel. It's Nathaniel talking about how what was he talking about?
So this is true, guys. You got to understand.
True.
This is crazy, y'all. And this is 2023 because right now, everyone, of course, you should understand today's the first day of 2024. So this happened late last year, whenever this was. You got Candace Owen doing a reaction video to Nathaniel of IUIC. That's crazy. I heard there was one with Matt Walsh. I haven't seen it, you know what I'm saying, but I heard someone mention there might be one, but I don't know if that's the case, or if he's like a conservative Catholic right-wing guy, they would call him. But the Candace Owen one is probably like a short. Is it like a short?
It's a short. Yeah,
Okay,
I think maybe it's a TikTok, a short TikTok, or it's a YouTube short. I can't remember one.
Speaking of shorts, real quick, while you're looking for it, to everyone who saw my debate or interaction, because it wasn't an officially debate, 2 times with James Valiant, author of Creating Christ, who claims that Rome invented Christianity and has a book about it. I put up short today. And it was him losing his temper when I was checking him on his misuse of Tacitus Annals 1544 as a source, and he literally said stuff in there that Tacitus didn't say. He said that Tacitus called them rebels, for example. That was one misrepresentation. Anyways, right before we went live, I got an email, privacy complaint. He's trying to get the short of him freaking out taken down based on a privacy complaint.
It's not from his channel. It's not his privacy.
It's not even from his channel. It's just such a people talk about the C word. Yeah. Coward. That's the C word. That's coward, man. These folks, man. So did you find it or something? How do you find that video? I need to know because I searched for it. I don't know how to find it. Has anyone else seen it? Anybody else seen this thing?
No, I don't think I've seen it.
I'm trying to think. It might be on TikTok. I'm looking on YouTube right now, but I think it's possibly on TikTok is where we would find it. Probably go to her TikTok.
And Dratho says, I emailed you vocab about ASL. Did you see it? I'm sorry, I did not see it. I'm not really sure what you're referring to. I don't know anything about ASL. Maybe you could email me again at vocabmalone@gmail.com. I don't know. Built for Speed says that the video we're talking about also saw. Fascinating. Yep. Well, just real quick, saying them losing their temper, I need to explain to you guys who Jim Valiant's not a Hebrew Israelite. We're talking now about, I think, an atheist now. We're talking about an atheist, agnostic, or whatever. And he claims that Jesus was created by the Romans. And it's very similar to this book right here. Hold on. There we go. this book right now. This isn't the book, but there's a book that came out before his called Operation Messiah, sent to me by Andrea. St. Paul, Roman Intelligence, and the Birth of Christianity. So this guy claims that Paul was like a secret agent. And so I debated a friend of his, Jacob Berman, on Sonetta last week. And Jim came on at the end, guns blazing, and I think I gave it back to him, and he did not like that. And he doesn't like what happened on Paradigm Shift 314 either. And it's pretty fascinating. I just a real shame. So anyways, that's who it is. Jim Berman says, still looking forward to that debate. Yeah, we're going to give him $600. I have two donors. Give $600, $300 for him, and it could be $300 for Jacob Berman to host it. And he's saying no as of now. We're going to give him a week and do it. And that's crazy that he won't do it. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you found it.
Ready to head up out of here, you guys.
You got to go? Yeah. One last thing. Give us one last thing before you got to go.
I'm trying to think.
Okay, how about this?
I don't know. This one might be petty, but
go ahead, be petty.
When Nathaniel was talking about, white people are stealing all the vibranium, I was like, I couldn't let that ride on my channel.
I made a whole video. I made a whole video about it, actually.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't understand how people just let that ride. But the guy, if I'm not mistaken, the guy's channel who he was on, I think he removed that video because I was watching it. Huh?
He got backlash for it?
He may have, because I distinctly remember I was watching the whole interview on the plane. So I said, okay, well, by the time I land, on my way home, I'll just, pop it on, in my truck, and I'll just watch it on the way home. And I went to look at it, and it was gone. And I said, man, because I was going through my video history, and I'm like, I know I was watching this. And I went back to the channel, and apparently he took that video down. So that video with Nathaniel saying that white people is trying to steal all the vibranium, apparently the guy who interviewed him, he's taking that video down, so you can't see it. I may have to go back and see, did he re-upload it or what? But I don't know. I think that's pretty interesting.
Is there a way for Vocab? I might can be able to help with that. Can you share my screen? Because I actually have the video.
Hold on. We're gonna let Alton leave. Hold on. We're gonna let Alton leave because he said he had to go. But last thing, Alton, someone is asking about your shirt. Could you show off your shirt a little bit? Because I don't think people realize what it was. What's up with that? Move that microphone real quick. Yeah. Let's see this. Come on, my man.
Gentile lives matter.
I love it.
Tell us
Brother, where can we get that, bro? Where can we get that?
Listen, I'm this week I'm trying to set up a site to where people can be able to purchase my merch, because I've worn some other shirts and some people are just like, man, like I want to get one of those shirts, because I made another shirt and I just wore it recently where it said fundamentalist on it. And I had a few people asking about that. So I'm going to keep you guys posted. And if you guys especially subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I do post a lot of updates in my community section. So I will keep you guys posted on that.
Hey, Alton, I don't embrace fundamentalists anymore because it's got a negative pejorative. But our people, evangelical Christians, I'm saying our people, did call themselves that in the early 1900s until it kind of became a pejorative. So I understand what you're doing there, but if you want to make a crazy shirt, I heard Mark Driscoll say this back in the day, putting the fun back in fundamentalism.
I don't know. I may think about that.
Putting fun back in fundamentalism. Come on, man. All right, brother. I know you gotta go.
Y'all, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all take care. I'll see y'all later. Grace and peace.
All
Happy
right.
New Year.
Appreciate you, bro.
Keep on
good night.
killing it over there. All right. We're gonna switch over now, and we're gonna try to play. We got a video. Just give me a second here. Let me see how I can do this here. Because there is a way you can share your screen. I want you to get your point across. Let me check this out. Do you see a way on yours where it says you can share it? Because there is a way. Do you see the controls there that say you can do it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, you got it. Okay, just give me a second here. I'm gonna put it up. Just give me a second here. Okay. All right, hold on. Working this out here as we speak. Hold on, I gotta change the parameters here. Okay. Let's make it this size. Okay. And then you went off screen for a second. That's on my end. I'm gonna put you back on.
Oh,
But Jim, tell us what this video is.
Okay, so this is the video of him actually saying exactly what we were talking about, the vibranium, making the vibranium a comment. Now, I did a funny little edit with it because I just thought it was so hilarious. So, I stuck some memes in there and stuff, but you'll get the idea. You know what I mean? People will get the idea of how silly this is. So,
when did this come out? And do you remember the what it was from and stuff like that?
It's from the interview from the guy he's talking about. It's I think it's his YouTube is Go Back to Africa or something like that with the number 2 back to Africa.
Oh, I think it's Go Black to Africa.
Go Black to Africa. Yes, that's that
yeah.
one. It's from him. He's doing the interview with him, and of course, Nathaniel takes those opportunities to teach. You know what I'm saying? And he's teaching this whole vibranium thing. So
someone needs to teach that, Jim, right?
Yeah, right. We need that in the ether, don't we?
That channel, by the way, is a really big channel. I don't know if people realize it. Yeah, it's a really big channel. Okay, so let me see here if it's going to let me play it, the video.
Or do I need to play it?
I think you need to play it from your end.
Okay. Can you guys hear it?
No, I'm trying to figure out the volume element. How do we get the volume here? You might need to send me the link because, I like the idea.
I'm such a dunce. It was me with the volume.
Okay.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
Verse 33, sir?
Yes.
The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
Now, does the white man come on the continent of Africa and eat up the natural resources? You better believe it. They take cocoa, they take the tea leaves, they take all the resources on the continent of Africa, including gold, bauxite, cobalt, vibranium.
What did he say?
Vibranium.
What?
Vibranium.
Oh my God!
Vibranium.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Vibranium.
No. No. Hell no. No. I refuse. No.
Man, Jim, I need to see how much do I need to pay you to put that on my channel? I'll give you the credit. But I need to.
Hey, bro, take it. Hey, it's yours, man.
I need to buy that video off you,
bro. Look, I got the video. It took me 10 minutes to make that.
Oh man, well you're getting good at this. Okay.
I was inspired. But it's just more lunacy, man, that's going on over there, bro. This is so and you got you know what the weird thing is, Vocab, is
what's the weird thing?
People were coming into my comments to defend this.
What were they saying?
That's top secret knowledge, brother. You don't know anything about that. Can you just shut up, please? Just shut up. I don't want to hear you. Get out of my comments. I don't want you here because you refuse to see that this is complete and utter ignorance. Okay, and so if you're not ready to see it, we can do this and move on, bro. Because that's just crazy. It doesn't exist. It's in the Marvel universe. Come on, man.
Do you think we can play that video again, man?
Sure.
Can you play it again, please, bro?
Yeah, let's play. Yeah, because
I feel like once is not enough. You know what I mean? Because he's so serious. You know, he's so intense with it.
Yeah, people were saying stuff like this too, Vocab. They were going behind me saying, well, you didn't play the rest of the video where he explained himself. He explained why he said that. Bro, there's no extra. No, he didn't explain nothing. There's nothing to explain. What is he going to explain? You know, it's just crazy.
He's all,
Okay, so
Jim Green, don't you know my chest armor's made out of vibranium? You know that chest armor he be rocking?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, we got to play this video again. Jim Green created one of the best videos you're going to see.
Daughter's back. Go ahead.
Verse 33, sir?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
Now, does the white man come on the continent of Africa and eat up the natural resources? You better believe it. They take cocoa, they take the tea leaves, they take all the resources on the continent of Africa, including gold, bauxite, cobalt.
Wait, before he say vibranium, hold on. I just got to say this. This dude over here, you see how? Yeah, you see him with the bobblehead action.
Yeah,
like,
we need to put a Metallica song on that. He's nodding his head so fast, bro. He's about to headbang out this joint.
He is just along for the ride. It doesn't matter what he says, right? Anyway, let's go ahead.
Okay, vibranium.
What did he say?
Vibranium.
What?
Vibranium.
Oh my God!
Vibranium.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Vibranium.
No. Mm-mm. No. Hell no. No. I refuse. No.
You know,
I picked a non-flattering picture on purpose.
Yeah, you picked a picture where he looks like the bus stop bishop. Because the reason I say that is because that's the name that that one Nation of Islam guy gave to him, and it was always a messed up name. But yeah, that's what that's what he calls him. That's what he calls him. What you about to? Dinu, you were about to say something, I think.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know what the travesty is. I was thinking about this today. The travesty is not simply that people are teaching this. Not simply that, you know, Nathaniel, one person is saying this, or maybe, you know, his leader teachers are repeating it. But the travesty is that thousands of people are believing it. It's not about the teaching it. I mean, the teachers are the minority.
Yes.
But that the majority are believing this stuff is many adjectives, but we'll say amazing. It is, and it's sad. It's unbelievable. It's appalling.
Yeah.
And, you know, this just calls to our remembrance that, you know, we, in addition to talking about these things, we also have to pray for people. We have to pray for these people who are being just captivated by way of their itching ears, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The comment section is going wild right now, but Dinu, those are good words, because you're exactly right. Because think about, you know, he's saying this, but there's like the average person, you know, the husband who loves his wife and she joins, so he gets an IUIC. The wife who loves her husband, he joins, so she gets an IUIC. The kids who are there.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. That's why I put on the caption at the end, and to think that this man, that there are thousands of people that are watching this man and believing this stuff. And Danu is right. She hit the nail on the head. Is that is that it's funny when we make a joke about it and all that type of stuff, but actually when we really think about it, I did that, to put it in a certain light, that look how silly this is. You know what I'm saying? That this man is doing this with a fictional object from a fictional world and selling that as if it's truth. And then, just like the news said, people are eating this up and believing this stuff. And they're like she said, they're gonna repeat that, and they're gonna teach it to somebody else. Sad.
Yeah, no, it really is sad. And good job on that, putting that together and then getting that out there, because it's it's a little wake up call. It's a little alarm for people, hopefully, to realize. Okay, live chat. What do you guys have that you want to add of things that happen? And here's what I'm gonna do.
One more tab.
Oh, I know. You do have one more. Okay, hold on. Go ahead, Dinu. What's number 15?
Godhead is very important to us. I think it's worth talking about. So, what is this? What number are we at?
But we're at number 15.
Number 15. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the list on the screen when we're done here. Okay.
So I would like to discuss the personality. I would like to discuss a gentleman who claims to be the Holy Ghost. Do you have the pictures, Vocab?
Yes, now, I do, Dinu. Just for you. We got the picture. Here we go. Meet.
So.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Now,
yeah,
if you're familiar with Hebrew Israelism, you might recognize that this is not Tazadakia. This is not Comfy. This is not the man who is from ICGGC, who also claimed to be the Holy Spirit, the Comforter. He, the one that I'm talking about, Tazadakia, he passed away from COVID. The Holy Spirit passed away from COVID. However, we have this individual who also claims to be the Holy Ghost. And his full name, just to be clear, his full name that he gave himself, I reckon it's not on his birth certificate, so I believe that he gave it to himself. It is Lord Jehovah Holy Ghost. Okay, that is
boy.
Okay, so this man claims to be the true God-sent comforter, which, I think Tazadakia said that he was he just said that he was the God-sent comforter, right, Vocab?
Yeah.
But this gentleman, just to make it clear that Tazadakia was wrong, this gentleman says that he's the true God-sent comforter.
Oh, boy.
He is the Jesus advocate, okay? And so he believes that, in the same way that Jesus Christ it was God in the flesh, he believes himself to be the Holy Ghost made in flesh, okay? And so, this kind of can piggyback on the point that I just brought up before in terms of people believing crazy things, but a lot can be said about this. I've always said this, that this group, Hebrew Israelism, is really founded on its identity driven, right? The main thing is not Jesus. The main thing is not God. The main thing is their identity. Who am I? This gentleman, however, has, I don't know, hit it out the ballpark. I don't know where the ballpark is. It might be in outer space. But he has said that he is the Holy Ghost, okay? Can you bring up the other picture that I sent you, Vocab? Because...
Is it this one right here?
No, I think I sent you one more, right?
Hold on. Is it this one right here?
Yes, that one. Okay, so let me provide some. I know that you can't see it, so let me just... set up the clip, as it were, set up the pic, as it were. So this gentleman believes, again, many things. I'm going to talk about one thing right now.
And this guy's always on Sonetta, by the way. I just want to let everyone know. This guy's, if he's always on Sonetta. I talked to him briefly on Sonetta, and he even debated Tazadakia.
Yep, he did.
Wow.
Yes, he did. So he believes that entities like mermaids and vampires and werewolves are real, that they're real, okay? And he has biblical evidence for these entities. And so this picture right here is, as you can see, it's a picture, as you might surmise, it's a picture of a werewolf, okay? Can you make it a little bit bigger, Vocab, so people can see? It is a picture of a werewolf, and the writing at the bottom is a verse. It is Daniel 4:33, okay? So if you guys remember Daniel, the book of Daniel, Nebuchadnezzar, King Nebuchadnezzar is the king that threw the three Hebrew boys in the fire. Nebuchadnezzar is the king that would dream and would need interpretations. Daniel interpreted his dreams. And one of the dreams that Daniel interpreted was that essentially Nebuchadnezzar would be expelled from his kingdom, and he would be put in the field, and he would be living with the beasts of the field, and he would be eating grass like the beasts of the field. Okay, that is me setting up this picture. So that verse that you see there, Daniel 4:33, is a proof text that Nebuchadnezzar, King Nebuchadnezzar, was the first biblical werewolf. Okay, so let me go ahead and
wait, what? How did you find this stuff all out anyway? What is going on?
You know me. Okay, so let me go ahead. That's readeth the word. Okay.
Wow. That's incredible.
Immediately, this is ESV. Immediately the word was fulfilled against Nebuchadnezzar. What word? It's the word it's Daniel's interpretation of his dream. Okay. He was driven from among men and ate grass like an ox, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till his hair grew as long as eagle's feathers, and his nails were like birds' claws. Now, this is the Holy Ghost rendition of Nebuchadnezzar. He says that the Lord turned Nebuchadnezzar into a werewolf. And this is the proof text to prove it. So,
unbelievable.
This is your resident, this is Sanetta's resident Holy Ghost.
I'm Nebuchadnezzar.
And so this is the thing, again, anyone with, I think that even most Hebrew Israelites would agree with this, that there is more going on with this gentleman than just, silly claims. But really, it's like I said, when you are within an ideology that is foundationally, like the foundation is identity, anyone can contribute. You don't have to go with the majority view of what the identity is. Not everyone needs to believe that they're an Israelite. You can believe that you're Jesus. Like how many Jesuses have we had on the channel? 2 so far, right, Vocab?
Yeah, and then Michael Brown had on one as well that I never had on.
Right. People literally out here believing that they're Jesus. Okay.
Yes.
Again, now we are at the count, as far as we know, we're at 2 Holy Ghosts. If the trend continues to be what it is, there will be more Holy Ghosts that come on the scene. And so...
Also, remember I interviewed 2 different people that were King David.
Yeah.
And Jonathan.
That's right. Yeah.
So...
And, those are, only the people that are, able to have a mic in front of them, and have able to get some visibility or some audience. But that's not even including the people who think that they're these things and haven't had an audience, haven't been able to get their message out. And so Again, we just need to really. I'm not by any means saying that this is, the standard for what Hebrew Israelism produces. But I am saying that when your foundation is anything but Jesus, your foundation is not sure, your foundation is shaky, and your foundation has the potential to be false. So, again, we just need to pray.
Wow. Okay. Jim, did you know about that?
No, that's crazy.
I like it. I feel like we've all, contributed different little, different things within this as we've went on.
Yeah. I got something for you. I don't know if you know about this, but you may know. But did you know that there actually is a Hebrew Israelite Bible out? I don't know how long it's been out, but
yeah. So you're talking about the Sakari guy?
Yeah. What's his name? I heard
Arapayim or something like that.
Arahaya Ben Yahawada, something like that.
Yeah,
is his name. It's we were talking about Lashawan Qadash earlier, right?
Yep. Go ahead.
Well, this Hebrew Bible is a revision of the King James version, and it says the Bible characters and places is what would be considered the Lashawan Qadash. It says the name of the Most High God has been restored and preserved in the Paleo Hebrew script. So apparently, this Bible is written in Lashawan Qadash. Can you dig it?
To answer your question clearly and concisely, no, I do not dig it.
And you can get it for the low price of $119.60. Okay. So.
Hold on.
Noted, Jim. Got it.
Yeah. It's getting stranger out here. I'm noticing. But we are having some. I have to stay positive, Danu, right? I had to stay positive, right? Mm-hmm. So when earlier, I don't know if you was watching it when I seen that we got the brother from One Body in Yahushua. We talked about him, how God is doing something there. Obviously, there's a change of heart happening there.
Yeah,
and also there's part of my contribution tonight was I'm starting to see some New Testament, like believing some Jesus believing Israelites, which is refreshing, So
yeah.
And they're on. I'm friends with one on Facebook, and I'm friends, and one is a subscriber. I'm subscribing to one on YouTube, so I'm watching to see what happens, and I'm hoping for the best, of course, because in the end, we don't hate them. We want them to come to Christ to be saved. That's ultimately where we are. You know what I'm saying? Which is why we got these platforms, which is why we do these lives, why we do what we do, because we want to see them come out of darkness into the light of Jesus Christ. That's what we're trying to do. Absolutely. So just to see that, to balance, we need more balance, man. We need less craziness, you know what I'm saying? And more goodness. That's what we're looking for.
We need more Jesus, Jim.
Yes.
Amen.
Jesus.
Well,
more Jesus, please.
So here's the thing. There's actually been, and there actually are a number of Hebrew Israelite Bibles. I just think that guy probably did a better job of marketing his. So So I've got the Holy Bible, Hebrew Israelite Edition KJV with Apocrypha right here. And on the back tells you what's in it. And I'm going to show you this. This came out in 2017. I'll check this out. It's the renewed King James Version.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And on the bottom, it's published by the Hebrew Society Publishing, Hebrew Israelite Edition.
They got their own publishing company now, right?
And look what's right on the...
Oh, no.
Definitely Black Jesus.
Wow. Let's go.
So hey, look, if you support me on Patreon, you're a channel member, this is some of the stuff I gotta buy. Okay,
Yeah, man.
this is just how it is. If you want me to do this, I have to get some of this stuff, and I gotta go through it. And that's just how it is. And I need to show you a little something, because this is the first Bible I've ever picked up that has Tupac and Dre in it.
What?
Well, because you gotta talk about the Kingdom of Judah, bro.
Oh my goodness.
So it's got Tupac and Dre. And matter of fact, Tupac appears twice.
Wow.
It doesn't look like you're reading your Bible, though, Vocab.
What'd you say? What'd you say? What?
It doesn't look like you're reading your Bible.
Tupac's in the Bible. Look at page 19.
Oh, no. 12 tribes, sorry.
Right in the Bible. They done put it in the Bible. Look what it says. I'm going to read this real quick. This chart is popular among many Israelites. It breaks down each tribe based on qualities listed in Genesis 49. We know that a remnant of the nation of Israel exists in the four corners of the globe, including a large number in modern-day Africa. So I'm going to keep on going through here. Just looking, they got a high holy days. And of course, you got to have on page 22 and 23 what not to do. Santa makes a cameo. And so does the Easter Bunny. This is literally inside the Hebrew Israelite Bible, y'all.
Wow.
And then what makes a cameo also? The Council of Nicaea. Deception. That's in the Bible.
Wow.
And then we also got you got to know what Moses looked like if you're going to read about, you got to know how he looked.
Yep.
So, and I'm going to go through, read the Bible. Now, in all seriousness, this is the smallest font I've ever seen.
Wow, that is small.
I mean, come on now. Because what it is they don't have Bible pages. Like you degenerates used to smoke weed with. Well, the reason why Bible pages a certain way is because it's trying to make the book thinner. You know what I'm saying? And to have it stand out. Well, they got regular pages, so this is very difficult. It's very difficult to read. And in the back now, I'm going to show you something, okay? I don't think you guys are ready for what I'm about to show you. And I apologize in advance for all the people that are going to be highly offended. You're going to say, what do you mean offended? Well, just hold on. I'm going to get to the offensive part here in a second. First of all, in the back of the book, you have the Paleo-Hebrew. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that per se. But the Paleo-Hebrew, of course, it's Lashawan Qadash, man.
Right. Yeah.
It's Lashawan Qadash, of course. And, they give common Hebrew words, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, they want to give a lot of common Hebrew words here in this Bible. So, one of the common Hebrew words that they went ahead and listed inside this Bible so you can know how to say it in the proper way?
Uh-huh. Don't say it. No. Don't do it. Which one? Where is it?
Oh, really? Is that important to be able to translate and know?
Bro,
seriously?
This is in the Bible, bro.
What?
You need to know how to pronounce it. You need to know how to say what the. And you people expect me to do apologetics in this realm and not laugh, not lose my mind? This is in the Bible, people. There's a BHI study Bible right here with the Hebrew word for brother.
My goodness. Wow.
And of course, you know who's in the back.
The Black King James.
LeBron. He made a cameo too. So, anyways. But you thought I was done. I'm not done yet. I've also got the Handbook 1, Basic Paleo Hebrew. So now they're giving here's the numbers in Lashawan Qadash. This is a whole thing. It even tells you how to say it in Lashawan Qadash. Huh?
What year is that, Vocab?
Oh yeah, because might not be doing 2023 stuff anymore, huh? Well, I went off on a tangent once he told me about that Hebrew Israelite Bible. I couldn't help it. Oh, this is 2023.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, this is 2023 right here. Let's see if they have the same word. No, they left that word out, that particular word that we looked at earlier.
Thank you, Jesus.
Well, if they memorized it before, there's no need to repeat it, right?
And of course, it's got the
Yeah.
including Edom.
Yeah, that's the 18 nations. Is that the 18 nation list?
Yeah, and let's just say that you want to learn more. You're a kid, right? Well, guess what they have? They have a Lashawan Qadash crossword puzzle. He got Lashawan Qadash crossword. It's a Qadash crossword.
I mean, they're covering all their bases,
Wow.
And then, hey, they got the family tree, but how does everybody look the same? Because I thought Manasseh was Cubans, but they don't look very cute. I mean, they're gonna be like, Vocab doesn't understand. Some Cubans, okay, fine. Well, there's Gad. Anyways, I get what they're doing though. So, but you thought I was done? No, I'm not done. I got the restored Hebrew KJV Apocrypha, His Word. And this has the Lord's Prayer and Lashawan Qadash. Now, this one's actually a lot nicer than the other ones. It's got God's name revealed. And, I thought you guys might find that very interesting. Oh, in the back, he gives us... Have you ever seen an Apocrypha with a shout-out list in the back? This is just a small list of all the Hebrew Israelites awakened in the last days. Sakari's on they're on the shout-out list.
A list of groups?
Yeah.
Is that a list?
One literally says Puerto Rican Israelites on it. It just says Puerto Rican. Mexican Israelites. That's all it says. Doesn't actually name a group. So this is an Apocrypha with a shout-out list in the back. But he couldn't stop there. He made a concordance, too.
Oh, Lord.
This is a concordance. Oh, okay. So you didn't know about all this. I'm sorry, guys. I just had to.
Wow, that's crazy, bro.
Another concordance with a shout-out list.
My goodness.
Hey, where's GMS? He doesn't have GMS on there.
GMS ain't on there?
No.
Uh-oh.
He got IUIC, though. He's got ISUPK, though. He's got FOPI. Okay.
How they gonna leave the...
I don't know. Okay, so we got 16 things that we went through today. 16 things. That's not a bad little list.
No. Did you submit your stuff? Well, I guess you've been submitting stuff all year.
Yeah, I mean, I have like 100, you know what I mean, that I could do. But here's the list we came up with together. The KC Brawl, Yohanan declares himself Pope, Guerrilla Hebrew versus Brown debate, no one will debate Lashawan Qadash, Dowd demonetized, Palestinian car incident, Caesar on a horse Passover, embrace of the new covenant by some, introduction to West Hollywood Israelites, the Umbrella Academy, Detroit Blitz of 2023, IUIC global proliferation, IUIC entrance into the alternative mainstream, Nathaniel's white people still are Vibranium moment, another Holy Ghost claimant, New Hebrew Israelite Bible. Hold on, I do got one. I don't know how we didn't mention this. The Palestinian clashes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That was big. Yeah.
That was number 4.
That happened all over the world, and that was more than just a car thing.
Yeah.
You know, that was like a whole, fighting on the street.
That the group that was being protected by the police.
Yeah, but that happened in Chicago and in London.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty wild. So, okay, so these are pretty good. Okay, Jim D. New, predictions or things to watch in 2023. 2024. What do you want to say about the upcoming year if you could speak to the Christian urban apologists and those who support them for a second?
I think that, and this kind of goes along with something that Jim mentioned in terms of seeing more Hebrew Israelites who are embracing the New Testament. I think that, as apologists continue to engage them and their doctrine, I think that we're going to continue to see like more nuance and more changes and more kind of progression in their beliefs and in their doctrine. Maybe like rethinking or maybe arriving at new conclusions. I think that they're just going to adapt as they continue to be challenged and engaged. So I think that's something that's encouraging for apologists to know that they're having an effect, but I also think it's just something to look out for as well. So,
all right, excellent, Jim. What about you, my man?
Yeah. So here's what I think, and I've been seeing this too, and I know you see this too. They are. This is, and you can call this another trend that I see ticking up. Not that it wasn't already there; it's just ticking up right now. As that these camps, these Hebrew Israelites, are starting to want to go into churches and have discussions with Christians, with pastors, with apologists. For instance, I have personally been challenged. I get challenged all the time by them. Hey, let's have a debate, whatever. But I got challenged by Hassad. I think I shared that with you,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So I've been challenged by Hassad on the topic: is God a racist? That's what he wants to talk about. Because, and if you look at him, he's following. Just my personal view. He's following Gorilla's lead, because I know you've seen the video of Gorilla saying, "I'm a racist. I'm going to be out front about it. I've always been a racist, and God just showed me how to be a better racist." Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he's following his lead, and now he's starting to take that conversation out to YouTube and social media and whatnot. So is a proliferation of the already racist doctrine that we know they have. Now they're just coming straight out and now they're going to go back to God with it. Well, I can be a racist because God is a racist. What's wrong with me being racist if God is a racist? So I think we're going to see an uptick in that. We're going to start seeing more, because I've seen a lot of videos are starting to come out. When they're out on the street, they're starting to say that God is a racist. I've heard that 3 or 4 different videos. So I think that the racist rhetoric is going to just ratchet up and get worse. That's what I see.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think you're right. That's very unfortunate indeed.
Yep.
I mean, if I was going to add more, there'd be a few more I'd add, which is the public return of the ICGJC. So, they had not been public for years. Like, they were just kind of in their cloister. And they came on this channel. And they had started doing stuff before that. They started re-uploading new stuff and new archive stuff as well to their social media pages. And they came on here. That was like a big deal for them to return and to kind of be public again. And Nate brings up one I would actually put on the list. What about Arya dying, followed by Arya living? So the death and resurrection of Arya, that happened this year.
That's a good one.
Yeah, like we don't know, but that was a big thing for a while. That was a big thing.
Yes.
And I would, at the cost of being vain, which I'm not going to say I've never been accused of, I would actually include my debate with Tazaryak on the virgin birth, because we've never had a formal debate, and I think it went well. It was on Garfield's channel, and I thought that was an important moment and an important debate as well.
Yes, definitely. Yes, definitely.
So that would give us 20. So listen, you're watching this video later. Why don't you leave your Hebrew Israelite highlight, lowlight because notice we got one positive thing in there, and I appreciate you, Jim, for bringing that out. Leave it in the comment section below, not just in the live chat, but anything that you can have, and we would appreciate. I'm going to try to put this list as a top pinned comment. And guys, I appreciate you coming on very much. Thank you very much. And now you guys are free to be here, but I don't want you to feel bad because I need to talk directly to the audience about a few things briefly. So I'm not kicking you off, but I'm changing the screen. And
no problem.
It's up to you.
I was about to head out anyway, man. But all
right. Well,
yeah.
Be
as
blessed.
Always, Vocab, I appreciate the invite, man, and it's always good whenever I link up with you, man. And this was extra blessing because I get to sit with the new. That's always a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys, man. Thank y'all so much.
Yes, sir. Be blessed. Everyone subscribe, please, to Jim Green and what he's doing. He might have made the best video of 2023 with a little bit of help from Nathaniel, of course.
I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. Y'all
God
have a
bless.
good evening.
All right, hold on. I'm going to switch this, actually, since there's two of us. I think that actually works. Let me just change the name here. Do you know what I've got here? I've got some stuff I was working on today that says what this channel in particular did and didn't do. And I just want to share it with the audience. I think it's important. It's a little update, and you can feel free to comment on any of these as well. And so I'm even going to change the heading up here, what it says now, Hebrew Israelism in 23 to YouTube in review 2023, specifically this YouTube channel, of course, and some other related things. So let's take a look at this. Guys, I'd love to know what you think, and I appreciate everyone who's given a super chat. Did I miss a couple super chats? Oh, I did? I apologize so much. Oh, my goodness. Looks like Mr. Phil Fox, I saw that earlier, and I forgot. I am so sorry. He was talking about the blitz and all that. When I caught IUIC in a lie about the blood brother ritual of the tribe of Gad and them using one of my tribal chiefs and not knowing. You know what? I'm going to do? Because I like the idea of 20 Phil Fox. I want to combine the Palestinian car incident with the Palestinian clashes in the streets and kind of make that one thing like Palestinians versus Hebrew Israelites, you know what I'm saying, for 2023. And include on there the invasion into the reservations. That's like they really stepped that up, specifically IUIC this last year, more than I had ever seen. I think we should put that on there too. So thank you for all of that. Okay, now let's talk a little bit. Go ahead.
Phil was amazing at the blitz as well. He did double duty as well. I think he did many things. He did some videography, as well as he had some words for the brews as well. And I enjoyed seeing a different Mr. Phil Fox. And so shout out to Phil.
Yeah, because he's a very nice gentleman.
He is, yeah.
But
and he's effective.
Yes, he's got to do what he's got to do. And
Yeah.
I agree with that. Okay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do now. I'm going to try to switch this over and see if this works. I got a little thing. It's just some random, not random. It's just like a basic PDF I'm going to try to show on the screen here.
I just read A Letter to America.
That's the wrong thing. That's an old. Ignore that, people.
I will never look at life the
Oh,
same.
my goodness. That's from a previous show. Sorry. Hold on, guys. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I got it right here. Okay. And yes, I'm going to bring Dinu back. Okay, so this is something I typed up today. I did some analysis of things on the channel, and I thought this is important to share with you guys. I'm going to make it bigger. Just give me a second. So, Dinu, anything that you would share in relationship to sort of just, I don't know, ministry? It doesn't have to be this one, just as far as a highlight or anything else related to 2023. That's what we're kind of transitioning briefly to that, if you got anything.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, I'll put you on the spot here. My bad. Here, I'll just show you what I got and see what you would say. Here, let me do this. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me make this bigger, everybody. All right. Okay, now it's kind of let me Let me switch it so we're on top. Okay, there you go. Okay. That sometimes it takes a second to get the stuff. Okay, but now we got it. Okay. So check this out. This is some stats from this YouTube channel last year that I want to share with you guys. First of all is we did 116 live streams last year on this channel. That's kind of a lot, right?
It is, yeah.
And that's just live streams we're talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's just live streams alone. And I'm going to count, last night we had that smoke room session where no one really came through except for the homies. So one unlisted freestyle session. So it's actually going to be 117 if you count that one in there,
Mm-hmm.
Then uploads, because, live streams, it's different when you're talking about uploads. As far as just straight up uploads, last year we had 170 public video uploads. So just like actual, new videos that are like produced or whatever. We had 117 of those on this channel last year.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, go
for
ahead.
the live stream, what that 116 works out to be practically is like nine live streams a month.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
That is a lot, right? Like. I was going to say something. I'll save it till the end. But yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot. I think that I'll save this to the end. Go ahead. Sorry.
That is a lot. That's crazy. Sometimes I don't realize. 170 publicly uploaded videos last year. So those are like produced videos. So when you add those up, that's 302 videos. Because I'm also including. So you got 117, depends how you do the math, but basically when you talk about what's publicly available, that's 302 videos, 302 new videos on this channel last year. And we also had
only on YouTube. This is not like IG. This is not Twitter. Got it.
This is last year on this channel from January to December. And also that's not including the shorts. I didn't. That's a whole another thing. At least I don't think it is the way that, because I filter it through and ask them what to tell me. I don't think they were including the shorts. I should go back and look in that because maybe it is. That would actually make more sense. But I didn't think it was the way they were telling it to me. But I'll have to look at that, everyone. So don't quote me on that either way. But either way, that's what YouTube spit back out at me. Plus 15 member only videos. And that's something that I realize I need to do better on this year. And Warrior Woman even brought it up. She said, she mentioned about membership. And I need to probably promote membership more this year and also thank the people that are members this year, especially Doki Doki Bible Club. What he does is he gifts channel memberships to people. And it does a couple of things. It gives you little like special avatars that you have access to. And I also put I don't want to say secret, but messages on the community tab page that are only for members as well. And so just only members can read certain things. You have to click allow gifts in your settings, though, to allow gifting of memberships. And Doki Doki Bible Club is definitely the person who has really made such a big difference in that. He gave 6 channel memberships, I think, during this live stream, as just in fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And so I really appreciate what he does, what he did. And the channel members, I didn't even realize until I was looking at these stats how big of a help the channel memberships have been to this. So I'm going to make some changes in next year. If you become a channel member, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, instead of loading in a video just for the channel members once a month, because currently I've been doing it once a month. I started like later in the year, and I started doing one a month of a video that's exclusive for the channel members, something that you can't see. I'm gonna change it to twice a month. So twice a month now for the channel members, I'm going to upload a video that's for channel members only. So that's one change. The other change I'm going to make is I'm going to always invite channel members to the Patreon meetings. As of now, I've sometimes invited them because there's a way I can make it where they can only see the link through the YouTube community tab. I'm gonna invite them to every Patreon meeting that we do from now on, and so channel members are gonna get some things plus the little avatars they get that they can utilize. So there's that. Now onto different stuff. You know, I started blogging, and D New helped with this, and so did Adam Coleman and some other folks. We wrote 41 blog articles last year. These are brand new articles. That's a lot, right?
Most of those were you.
Yeah, and towards the end, I petered off, as it were, but for a while, I was doing once a week. So we still managed to get 41 out. And
the archives that you didn't put out, though, that's still in your pocket,
And to that website, which the website is theshieldsquad.com, I also uploaded 22 historical documents. So these are books that are in the public sphere that are Hebrew Israelite related history. So the oldest Hebrew Israelite books that we have digitally, they're all at theshieldsquad.com under the historical documents or historical archive sections. We uploaded 22 of those last year. Pretty significant. 55 posts to Patreon. So if you're Patreon, you got 55. That's a little bit more than one a week. Stuff that most people didn't see. Some of those were public, so for the most part, they're exclusive. 9 Patreon Squad exclusive hangouts. I try to do one a month, but we were only able to do 9. I'm going to try to get back to one a month this year. Now, total YouTube views last year was 1,424,889, so almost 1.5 million views on YouTube total, with a watch time of 486,000 hours of watch time. Average watch time is 8 minutes and 16 seconds. It's interesting. When I first started this channel, the average watch time was like 12 minutes. And everyone I've talked to, and that was like a while ago now at this point, everyone I've talked to, the average watch time for everyone has went down. I don't think it's just channel. That's sort of a trend in the culture. 3,500 new subs, according to one count. I looked at another count, and it was weird. It said 4,000. I think one is I don't know how they're differentiated it, but the one thing I looked at said 3,500. Another one said 4,000. So I'm trying to figure out what the difference is there, why I got two different numbers when I put that, unless they were rounding up on the one report. That might have been it. But the most accurate report I got is 3,500 new subs. 476 videos added, because some of those are unlisted, if you're wondering. 29 new channel members. That's excellent, with 172 total. And a total of 280 hours of streaming, basically, when you add it all up. Now let's take a look at this. Now, this is slightly off. I realized I made a mistake after I did it, but I didn't want to do it again. I did it, I think, for just the end of the year, and I thought I was doing it for the whole year for this next thing I'm showing you, which has to do with top performing videos. But it's not that much different. It's somewhat close as far as the numbers, but I made a mistake in just making it like November through December. But the top 13 performing videos on the YouTube channel for 2023, 9 are directly Israelite related, 2 are related to the Palestine-Israel conflict, 1 related to Mormonism and the Trinity, and 1 related to David Wood and the Beale story. 4 of the 13 are debates of some sort, including the one of the top ones, which is 21,000 views. Now, after I did it, I realized the top one was actually 24,000 views. It was a different video. But that funny thing was, it was the Hashar debate with me and G-Con and Danya Allah. That one.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was like, and because that's old, but I had never uploaded it.
Yeah.
So then here's the top 13 countries viewing the content. 1 million plus views in the U.S., probably to be expected. UK and Canada are the other 2 countries above 1%. The other 10 countries are less than 1%, but here's what's interesting. Israel was in the top 13. It's a smaller number, but that's never happened before, where Israel was one of the, it was number 13, but that was a shocker to me to see Israel in there.
Yeah.
84% of the audience is male, 16% female. Actually, there was a small percentage was like unspecified, but I just let it round, and so it's an equal 100 or whatever. And the 1.5 million views in 2020 is 39% more than 2022. The 212,000 or so hours watch time is 11% more than 2022. The new subs, though, is 6% less than 2022, so that's interesting. Then here's the top 16 cities who watch the YouTube channel. Number 1 is New York City. Number 2 is LA. Number 3 is Dallas. Number 4 is Chicago. Number 5 is Atlanta. Number 6 is Philly. Number 7 is Houston. Number 8 is London, only international city that made it into the list. Number 9 is Phoenix. Number 10 is Detroit. Number 11 is Baltimore. Number 12 is Charlotte. Number 13 Seattle. 14 Miami, 15 Boston, 16 San Francisco. Well, I have a picture of it, but I don't think I'm going to show it because I'm trying to get through this. Demographics for the age, you can see that. I actually don't want to run through those, but you can see it. The demographics, though, the demo we need to increase is 18 to 24. It's 7%, and we really need to increase 13 to 17 is less. It's a 0.1%. That's so the younger, it's less on the younger side. I'd prefer that to be higher. That's the thing we gotta think and pray about and try to figure all that out. Switching over to other social media. Facebook's 5,200 followers. Please follow on Facebook. Instagram's 3,800 followers. Not really a lot, really. Street Apologist Facebook is 1,600, and IG Street Apologist is 1,600. Shout out to Nate and Andrew who run that. On Twitter, X, a little bit over 4,000. And I did 16 total sermons or Bible studies is probably more accurate to say last year as well. And there's other stuff I was going to put on here, but I was like, I think that's enough for now. But you guys kind of got the basic data and know what we're doing, and we hope to do more of the same, just a little smarter next year. That's what I wanted to show you.
If you said it,
that's a mistake.
Well, what you tried.
Sometimes I hit the wrong button, people. I apologize. Okay. That's the wrong video. Okay, D-New. Final words.
Let me just say this with, having, and I'm talking to the live chat or to people who are watching later. After having run through those numbers, towards the end of last year, if you guys were regulars on the channel, we were, November was Vocab's birthday month. And so we really just wanted to promote, and encourage people to give to the ministry for his birthday. And then December came, and then we continued that and wanted to encourage people to give for Christmas if it was in their hearts to give. I say that all to say this, that you can see what your gifts do and what your gifts accomplish. 9 videos a month is a lot of videos. He did 41 blog articles. That's 3 on average. It was 3 articles a month. It takes a lot of time to do these things. It takes a lot of time to write articles. It takes a lot of research. What I'm saying is that a lot of energy goes into the output, what you guys see on this channel. And so I just want to continue to encourage us all to do what we can to help this ministry. It is a ministry. The goal of this channel is to lead people to the truth. The truth is a person named Jesus, and it is to expose false doctrine as well. And so I just want to encourage everyone to keep on, praying first and foremost for this ministry, for Vocab's family, for his efforts and all of that stuff. Pray, we understand that this is a spiritual battle. Pray towards that end. Pray that more laborers would come, and it doesn't cost anything to pray. And then as well, if it is in your heart to give to the ministry, all of the super chats matter. Watching the ads play if you have time matters. All of that stuff helps. And so if you can do that for 2024, please do that. And it would be great to see all of the numbers that we just reviewed. It would be great to see those go up for 2024. So,
amen. And thank you, D-New. And one thing is, so, I tend to try to, sometimes I work harder and not smarter, to be honest. So, I know I'm a smaller one, and this can all change at any moment. And we understand all that, right? That's why it's important to actually do stuff locally and in person and all that. But here's what I want to say is that I don't just want to necessarily do more next year. My goal is to try to do it smarter and whatnot. And so I'm trying to figure out exactly what that would look like. I've got a couple people that help give me good advice. Sometimes I take it, sometimes I don't, but it's not their fault. It's because I'm dumb. It's not really even because I think I know better. It's just because I'm hard to break habits and stuff like that. But we're working on it. We're thinking about it. We're praying about it. So I love all the help and everything that you guys bring. Tomorrow we are doing a program with Anthony Rogers, and it's going to be about the historical biography of Paul, and I greatly look forward to that as well. Thank you very much, Rachel, for the super chat. Here we go. I see some people say, you know what? All right, I see what's going on. Thank you very much. And also thank you to Cephas as well. And she says, Rachel, may the Lord bless you abundantly at 24 for your love to share the gospel. Thank you, Rachel, for real. And Cephas says, also, love your ministry, bro. May the Lord continue to bless you through 2024 and beyond. Love from Pennsylvania. Hey, I appreciate that very much, and to everyone else tonight. So I'm looking forward to the program tomorrow. We're going to talk about the historical Paul with Anthony Rogers. And, of course, as you know, we always got more stuff coming up. And don't forget, 11 days from now, I'll be debating Judah Natsara on Isaiah 53. Is it about Jesus? You don't want to miss that. All right, y'all. God bless. Peace.